We are back with Veterans in Politics Assembly District 13 interviews. What we're going to ask is that each candidate give us their elevator pitch. That is their 30 to 45 second intro. And please be aware that you are also on radio. So there are voters at home that cannot see you. So please make sure that you state your name before you answer each panel member.
I'm Nathan Taylor.
Turn on.
I'm Nathan Taylor. I'm a candidate, obviously, for State Assembly in District 13. I was born and raised here in Las Vegas. I'm a UNLV graduate. Spent almost 15 years being involved in my community, government, and politics. I'm the only one in this race with executive experience and legislative experience, having worked with a governor and a former state senator. I decided to run this year because I believe that the problems that we face here in Nevada are so crucial and so critical to the future of the state that this is not a time for on-the-job training. It's not a time to send people to Carson City with training wheels on to fix these problems. I'm a conservative Republican who wants to lower taxes, keep regulations down, and make a more friendly business environment for people to come here. We got to stop competing with Texas and New Mexico that are broadening their tax base by bringing in new companies. And so what I plan to do when I get up to the legislature is to work with all the legislators on both sides of the aisle to come up with real solutions to these problems, our education issues, our tax issues, our infrastructure issues. And what I plan on doing is coming up with solutions to problems and not just saying no to the Democrats up in the Assembly. I plan on working with them to find real solutions to these issues. This is not a time for us to be bickering. It's a time for us to say no to things that we don't believe in, but to say no with an idea and a plan in place. And that's why I decided to run for the State Assembly this year.
My name is Lou DeSalvio. I've been in Las Vegas for 23 years, living 13 of those years in my community. I'm the Assistant Training Director for Labor's Local 872, and I'm also the Assistant Political Director for Labor's Local 872. I too have lobbyist experience. My grandfather was an assemblyman for 39 years. I worked side by side with him. This is kind of one of the reasons why I decided to run myself. I see change needs to happen, and it needs to happen fast. I too will work with both sides to bring things together to try to work this community out and get it back into black. Right now we're going into a $3.4 billion deficit, and it is my goal to help get this economy back on track. I have new ideas for new revenues, not looking necessarily to raise taxes on people, but we have to create jobs. And I also we have to fix our educational system in order for those jobs to happen. So that is my plan. I will work with both sides and look for your support.
Hi, my name is Leonard Foster. I'm a small business owner here in Vegas. I have a water treatment purification business. My wife and I have lived here for 20 years. And the reason I'm running for Nevada Assembly 13 is that I believe that too many of our elected officials have ignored their oath of office to support, protect, and defend the Nevada and United States constitutions. I believe that a return to constitutional principles is the change that we need, and with the right leadership, we can return to constitutional principles to finally deal with the issues of our failing schools, failing economy, and our broken healthcare system. Transparency, accountability, and common sense monetary policies are what Nevada needs, and that's why I'm running for Assembly 13.
Good afternoon. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me to attend this meeting and to explain a little bit about myself. I appreciate the invitation to come and address the veterans and all those out there who are listening. My name is Scott Hammond, and I'm running for Assembly District 13. I've been here in Las Vegas since 1993. I'm a school teacher. I'm also an adjunct professor at UNLV. I teach political science. I don't have any former experience in the legislature, but what I do bring is a lot of understanding. I hope that when people meet me at the door that they see that this is a person who's very concerned about where this state is going, where the nation's going. I have a vested interest. I have 3 children at home. I've been married for 18 years. I'm very active in my church, my community. I love to serve, and I understand the purpose of politics. I may not be the new kind of politician. I think I'm a throwback. I'm the kind of person who likes to knock on doors and talk to people and find out what their concerns are. Education is a big priority for me. I've been involved in it for the last 11 years. I like to think of myself as at least a maverick in that area. I like to come out and say that I believe that the school district can do a lot better, and we can do that by helping out by forcing teachers to do a little bit better in their classrooms, and inventing ways, whether it's vouchers or through what I think both governors, both the candidates for the governor's race have come out and said that we need to empower the schools. Those are ideas that I embrace, and I would like to go on record as saying that this is something I will strive to do as a legislator. Again, I appreciate the invitation here today. My name is Scott Hammond. I'm running for Assembly District 13.
Mike Murray, I'm a firearms trainer here in town, lifelong Nevada resident, born and raised. One of the things I'd like to, since you brought up education, my son goes to a private school. Pays about $5,000 a year, the family does, to send him to a private school. The current, last time I checked, the education in the Clark County School District was over $10,000 a student. And yet my son, who goes to a private school, is a grade level and a half ahead for half the cost. So it seems to me throwing money at the problem and all this great blather about it is not what's going to make it happen. I'd like to know what exactly you think you can do for half the price that's going to get us a grade level and ahead in public education.
Yes, Leonard Foster, I'd like to answer that. With our system, I agree. You've heard numbers from different groups saying it's anywhere from $7,000 to $13,000 per year that we're spending per student in our school system. When you look at where the money goes, Nevada schools are top-heavy. The money's not going to the kids. It's going to the higher-ups in the administration, and we need to, first of all, change that, turn it upside down so that the money goes to the students instead of the administration. Also, I believe in empowerment schools. Empowerment schools allow the schools themselves to decide how the money is spent, where it goes, and also what the funds can be used for. An example is printing services. Right now, a school has to go through central printing at a high cost. They can't shop and go to Kinko's or FedEx and get their printing done at half the cost. They have to go through central, and in the few empowerment schools that we do have here in Nevada, they're able to save the money because they can outsource and get a better price on not just printing, but also their landscaping and maintenance stuff. I also believe in choice. I believe in vouchers. I believe that the parents should be able to send their kids wherever they want to send them to. I have 2 foster kids. One is 10, one is 9. They're in 5th and 4th grade respectively. Their reading level is at the middle of 1st grade. And I worked with the schools to try to help them, and the schools have told me that they cannot do anything for them because they don't have the resources. If parents had choice, I would be able to send these kids to a school that could actually help them. And so parents do need choice, as well as have the money be allocated where it should be with the kids and not with the top administration.